Viewer discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
Oh, whoops. Did not know that the lyrics were going to be up on that one. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It is Thursday morning, July 13th, and you are on radio.com/JJ.
What's going on with your audio now?
I don't know. Is it messed up again?
Yes. It sounds like you're talking through a sock.
I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to have to restart it. Okay.
You sound fine now. Quit adding your little shit to it. Oh, now it sounds terrible. Talk into your microphone.
I am talking into my microphone.
There, that sounds better. Pull the microphone to your mouth and talk into it.
You always tell me to turn it down.
Yeah, because you have it too loud. But you need to talk into the microphone.
Oh, how's this?
That sounds beautiful. I can hear I'm not the wonderful tones of your voice.
I'm not going to be able to express myself. I'm going to get too loud, and you're going to be like,
going on. Look, you've still got something weird going on with your microphone, but the beginning of the freaking show is not the time to do it, I don't guess. But I'll let you know when I can't hear you, like right then.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Deacon and I meet every single morning. We drink coffee. We talk about the news, politics, media, culture, pop culture. I don't know. We should probably call each other. And you're invited every day to our phone call.
See, you get loud.
Our phone call is, I don't
turn down your. If I was your engineer, I would tell you to turn down your volume about 15 to 20%.
So you want me closer and to turn it down?
Yes.
You want it closer? Turn it down more?
No, you don't have to get any closer. You sound good now. But what I'm getting at is when you get closer to the microphone, you sound much clearer. Then, like if I'm talking back here, don't this sound like crap?
Yeah.
Then if I'm talking, so you're getting much clearer. But listen, when you get excited, you get excited like this. Watch this though. This is what you're doing. When you get excited, it's kind of like, oh, mom, and I'm going, ah.
Yeah, I know. I get excited about things.
So turn down your volume. I would tell any person that I'm engineering to turn down their volume. So you're no different.
Can I even show you this? Here, look at this. Look at this.
That's great. Go to your.
No, do you see that hazard thing? You see that hazard thing?
I've seen those before. Yeah.
It's not supposed to look like that.
Go to your computer volume and turn it down. Go to your microphone and turn that shit down to about 65. Your microphone don't need to be at 100. It don't need to be at 80. It needs to be about 70 if you want to know real truth.
I can't.
Okay.
Because it's not. It's all right. Okay. Hold on. Is it? Just tell me. No. It's broken.
Welcome to Your Two Dads, where we teach you how to use audio engineering.
Oh,
you're all
I think
right.
it's right. Now.
No, God, I hate that stupid thing. You spent $200 on a piece of crap.
It's at 60%.
Claps. That's the only reason you did that, so you could add claps.
It's at 60%, dude.
All right, just keep going. I don't care anymore.
Can you talk about music for a minute?
Jesus Christ.
Let's hear about Fish.
Here's your song. Listen to it, goddammit. There. Listen to that song. It's good. Next. I'm trying to open up our Discord server so that I can add, but I'm having to freaking do audio engineering before ahead of time.
Good morning, everybody. All right, listen, we got a bunch of news to talk about today. We're going to talk about international politics. We got domestic politics. We got Joe Biden getting his entire Air Force defunded for being a jackass. We got North Korea trying to shoot missiles. But worse than all of that
is our audio issues. What is that? Worse than that is what? Something Joe Biden, I'm sure.
No.
Trans.
Disney now owns the rights to Firefly.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that.
Okay. I swear.
All
this
right.
is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Hey,
Yeah,
Richter.
I
miss Richter. Richter's super funny. I want to hear funny shit from you, Richter.
I don't like it. I don't like this new Restream shit that we're using. I don't like where they've put all the buttons. I don't like it. I can't find anything. It's making everything screw up in the mornings. I don't.
I blame them.
So this place that we use to do this crap, they've revamped everything these last couple weeks, and we don't like it. It's screwing up with the show. It's causing us to be late every damn morning. I don't like it.
Restream is making terrible title cards for us, and they are choosing bad subjects for us.
No, not that. It's causing us to be. I'm serious. It's causing problems over here, especially on my end. I can't find anything, and it's making our professional show seem like we're just a couple of amateurs.
Yeah, this is. I swear, my audio from you is coming through weird too. I really think it's Restream. I seriously do.
I don't care. All right.
All right.
Yeah, listen to my song today. It's called Gumbo by Fish. It's good.
I'm gonna listen.
Don't listen to it right now. You're not going to get anything right now. Do not listen to it right now. Don't listen to it right now. You're not going to get anything from it right now. You can't just listen to a speck of it and go, "Oh, that's good." You can't do that with this song. You got to listen to the song. Okay.
His song of the day is Gumbo
by
from
Fish.
Alive One.
Yeah, and if you are one of those people that just listen to the beginning of a song, or you just listen to a speck of a song and decide that you don't like it, what the hell is wrong with you? Listen to the whole piece of music. When you look at a painting, you just don't look at the fucking corner and decide you like the painting or don't like the painting because you looked at the corner of the painting. When you look at a comic book, you don't just open up to page 8 and go, "Oh, I don't like this comic book now because I didn't like splash page 8 and 9. You don't do that. So it's the same thing with a song. A song is a piece of art. Listen to the whole piece. Don't just be like, "I didn't like the intro." Well, I don't like the intro to a lot of freaking songs, but the song gets good sometimes, and you're just like, okay, I understand the piece of art now. Sometimes sometimes if you look at the Scream, I don't like some parts of that I don't like the Scream. There's certain things that I don't like about certain paintings too. So listen to the music. Thank you.
Okay, but
no, but also.
I mean, your first thing was like food, and if it's like you taste something and it doesn't taste good, why would you be like, I'm gonna eat this whole meal to see if it changes my flavor?
Food? What the hell are you talking about?
Weren't you talking about food? Wasn't your first example? It wasn't food.
Painting.
A painting.
No, it's not food.
All right. Okay.
Food's relative. You like onions? I don't like onions.
My granddaughter here today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. She's over there
sleeping,
reading a tablet. She got dropped off, and I get to watch her. I do not get to see my baby granddaughter, which her mom kept her. It didn't leave her and brought her older sister. Her sister's I think she's gonna stay here tonight with us. She's gonna have my girls having a sleepover.
Sweet.
Pretty fun. So we have a big weekend or a big day coming up, I guess. Anything super interesting happening in Deacon world in the last 24 hours?
Nothing's happening in Deacon's world. My kids are all grown, and they think that they're grown, and they have their grown things that they do. So I just leave them the frick alone. It's getting to me. I told Ashley I was a little upset. We were sitting there the other night and talking about something around this, and I told her I was like, I'm getting to the point now to where I'm like, okay, I can have hobbies again, but I don't. I mean, it's weird because I can. There for the longest time, for 16 years, I didn't have any hobbies anymore. Right. I used to play D&D and video games and do all this, and I was active. I played disc golf all the freaking time, and I did this, and I don't do anything anymore. you know, and now that my kids are grown, my daughter's 18, she's got 2 jobs and she's out working and doing stuff all the time. And my son is in, you know, he's got his girlfriend and he works out and he's in a band. And then my other son's always doing video games or doing something with his friends. And my girls are always on the farm working. And I don't know.
Now you have the time, but what you don't have is like the passion for like your hobby. You know, like you may have matured past it a little bit.
Well, no, I mean I still like my hobby. I still put out all my D&D stuff. If you want free D&D stuff, go over to my Twitter. You can get all kinds of free stuff. I put stuff out every 2 or 3 days. What I miss is my babies. I mean, that's why I keep harping on you all the time. I harp on you all the time, dude. You're going to blink here in like 3 days. You're going to be like, holy shit, Jill is 15. Andy was right. He was right. And Deacon was right. Yeah. And I'm going to, because I look at Maggie, my little baby Maggie. She was my little baby. She lived right here. I tell her all the time, Maggie, you lived right here. This is where you lived. It was Daddy and Maggie. We were a symbiotic duo. If you saw me, Maggie was latched on right here to me. That's right. This is how we were. This is how I sit for like 5 years. And she's 11 and she's tall as me. And
well, hey, maybe you talk to Ashley and you guys just have some more. Start over. No? All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
I will come to Texas and smack your face. I mean, I will straight up. It'll be like, ding dong. And your wife will be like, it looks like Deacon. You'll be like, Deacon. And I'll be like, and I'll turn around and go back to fucking Kentucky.
Yes. All right. Jeez. Deacon.
Have another kid. What the hell is wrong with
you? Deacon, have you ever heard of this super incredible racist theory called replacement theory?
I mean, I've seen Scanners. Where are we?
Oh, the movie Scanners.
Yeah.
From the 1984, 1985.
Is that the one? Is that the one where they cloned everybody? I don't remember. No. I can't remember. Which one's the one where they cloned everybody?
I don't know. Schwarzenegger's like 6 today.
I don't remember. Whatever.
Okay.
So no, I was trying to make a joke about cloning and whatnot, replacements and whatnot. And I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe wasn't there a band called The Replacements? Or there was a movie. There's a movie called Replacement Killers.
There's a band called The Replacements and The Refreshments.
Okay, so replacement theory, according to the internet, which I deeply, deeply looked on the first page of Google on the internet, replacement theory is
you did a lot of research on the first page of Google. Okay, sweet.
It's a super, super racist, far right nationalist conspiracy theory.
MAGA Trump loving bastard theory.
Even farther right than that. Farthest rightist. Yeah. Okay. Replacement theory. Here's the theory that people want to replace white people specifically. I don't really know how they jammed white people into this, but this is what's on Google now. People want to replace white people with immigrants and people of basically anybody that's not white. You're just going to bring anybody that's not white into America and replace white people.
See, I'm not white though.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have any idea what I am.
What's wrong with
Can I identify as clear?
What's wrong with my skin is that I don't have the melanin, and my pigment is off as compared to other people. So, I mean, if you look at my ancestors, because I have done genealogy on me.
Yeah.
If you look at my ancestors, I do have white people, Caucasian people. If you want to say white, that's kind of a stupid term. If you want to be intelligent about it, you would say Caucasian people, and they come from the Caucasus Mountain regions over there in the Middle East, and they were white people. So when everybody's always saying Jesus couldn't have been white, he couldn't have, because the Caucasians came from the Caucasus.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, I mean, I just know about history, and some people just made C's in history class. I made A's in history class. So yes, I have Native American blood in both sides of my family, very close. Like my great grandmother on one side was a full-blooded Cherokee, and my great, and at that point you have a bunch, but great grandparents on my other side were full-blooded Cherokee. And I've always noticed in the summer, 2 greats on one side, 3 greats on the other.
So that makes you maybe 12%.
No, it's very little. But I have noticed that I have noticed this. I hadn't been out in the sun this year very much, but when I get out in the sun, that's what everybody always said. You tan so easy. Andy, you tan so easy. You can go out in the sun for 30 minutes and you'll be dark. And I'll keep it all summer. So I'm one of those people that can go outside and be out in the sun for like a couple of hours, and I don't really burn or get red. I just get dark. And then I will keep it all summer long to where I'm like a dark ready color. It's just me. That's how I've always been.
Okay.
So I'm not white. So how do you justify replacing someone? You know, how do you tell if they're white? Because you could just look at me and think that I'm just a normal white guy.
Well, that's a good point.
I bet you're not completely white either.
Look, if you're into replacement of people, like replacing white people, you probably would be like, well, look, I'm not sure. Better safe than sorry. Let's just get rid of people we suspect of being white. Or people that maybe not physically white, people that are mentally or emotionally white. Yeah.
People that are mentally or emotionally white. So what if someone has very dark skin and their family has dark skin, and they come from dark-skinned individuals and they have dark skin, but part of their society labels them as white. You're a white guy because you grew up in a white neighborhood, or you have white family values, as opposed to these other family values that are normally associated with a certain color. I'm trying to be as unoffensive to this as possible, dude.
For real. Okay, so I don't even understand how white gets jammed into this.
I don't either.
Because what people have been talking about, or at least what kind of makes sense to me, is if you bring in people from another country and give them voter status, it doesn't really have anything to do with white. It has a whole lot to do with dispersing voter sovereignty. Let's say you have 1 million people that are citizens that are allowed to vote, and then you bring in 500,000 people that are not citizens and give them the right to vote. Well, now you have weakened the voting power of all 1 million citizens,
right,
by the proportion of 500,000 not citizens, right? So what does that have? That makes sense to me. That fact that if you want to weaken the voter power of your opponent constituent, and also at the same time gain more voters, expanding the voter base to include people that are not citizens would do that.
What are the numbers of white people? So if you're bringing in immigrants over to this country,
right,
and what we're talking about is it's not replacing the white. What if the immigrants over here, they normally have a family of 3 to 5 members in their family, whereas the normal white family has 3 members. You know the numbers.
And once again, that's a racial conflation, because
once those white people are gone, the immigrant family will still flourish and double in size more than the white
for
families
probably
will.
for probably 2 generations, maybe 2 or 3 generations, and then they will, especially if they come from like in a country that has like agrarian roots or whatever, because what you find is that in agrarian societies, people will have a lot of children because having a lot of children improves your workforce, so your kids can work here.
Absolutely,
So
that's
a
what
long-term benefit.
we lost in this country.
Industrial society, it's a cost, because then you now have to feed in a post-industrial society where you're not growing your food, you're buying it at the supermarket. Now you have to feed a big family. So we see post-industrial societies shrink the family size to 2.
Yep.
Maybe.
That's why my mom had 11 brothers. My mom had 11 brothers and sisters, and you'll hear about that. Oh, my grandmammy had 9 brothers and 8 sisters.
Yeah.
And well, that's why.
My grandfather had 8 siblings.
And you look at it like, how did those, you look at it as a parent now and you're like, how did they do that? Well, I tell you how they did that. My mom was the middle child of the 12. She raised all the other ones.
Right.
The girls would raise the babies and whatnot.
Right.
Her youngest brother was, her youngest brother, my uncle, was basically her child, that she raised. So you're exactly right. But I read a report one time, and that was about it was about religion. And it was a study saying that the average Christian has X amount of kids, as opposed to the average Muslim family has, double that amount of kids or whatnot. And it was talking about numbers, and it goes the same way here. If that's not an overall, we can get rid of the white people, it's just going to take 50 years. Right. It's going to take 3 generations.
So, I think, Deacon, that the replacement theory originally, it probably had a lot more to do with politics, political power, and the diffusion of sovereignty. But because the Democrats have such weak arguments, they just stick racist shit on it so that they can just say it's racist and they don't have to fight it. And they can just continue to do what they want.
You stick that on there, and that automatically ignites whatever you're talking about. Exactly. It polarizes it to. So you automatically have people that's going to defend you. If you just stick that word on there, you automatically have your defenders.
And I'm not advocating for replacement theory. I'm just saying that part of it, the idea that if you want to weaken your voting opponents and strengthen your voter base, it makes a lot of sense to give migrants voting rights. Well, who would want to do that? Who would want to do that? Deacon, here you go. Yep.
No,
here it comes.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, you don't want to do that? Well, I don't know. Democrats in Massachusetts look to give voting rights to foreign nationals.
No.
Democratic.
Would you be able to go over to Italy and vote?
Would you be able to?
Should you, JJW, should you be able to go over to Italy and cast a vote for their president or whatever the fuck they vote for over there?
I hope not. I hope that they would, if I showed up and
I'm not.
Mozzarella, and they would be like, "Get the F
I'm not
out
asking. I'm saying, should you? Do you think you should be okay? That's how I feel. You shouldn't come over here to America. Okay, what if you and your family decides we're going to up and move to Italy, and we're going to live here in Italy, and you've lived there for a year. You just got there, and they're like, "We're having a dinner. You're going to vote."
I learned how to say mozzarella, right?
So are you gonna vote? Do you think you only living there for a year and you're not even a citizen? You got there. Do you think you should have the right to vote when you're not officially a citizen?
You would think that these kind of questions are the things that a society, a sovereign people would contemplate and decide who gets to vote and when. But we're not allowed to have that conversation because you're a racist.
You're a racist. You are racist. How am I a racist by asking if me, who lives in Kentucky, I don't think I should have a vote in the Canadian election for prime minister, is all I'm saying. Even if I go up there and I think I'm going to live up here and smoke some weed. I don't think I should have a vote.
I should get to vote.
Yeah. I shouldn't have
like
a vote over
I should
it.
get to vote.
Yeah, I love tacos. I should get to vote for fucking Mexican president, right? This is bullshit. This is exactly what they're doing. And you're right. Anytime somebody like us tries to say, wait a minute, oh, you're a racist. Okay, I'm a fucking racist.
Your plan doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So this is Democrats in Massachusetts. This story came out yesterday. A series of bills filed by Democratic legislators in Massachusetts House and Senate would open municipal voting rights to foreign nationals living in the state on green cards. In practice, the policy would mean that foreign nationals could cast deciding votes in Massachusetts towns and cities for mayor, school committee, city council, town council, board of selectmen, board of select board elections, school committee referendums, local ballot referendums, and other municipal races. And then once they can do that, what prevents them from, say, voting to give foreign national rights the right to vote for state office?
From what I understand, JJ, there's a whole town up north somewhere. I want to say it's northern Michigan, that the whole town has been overrun by Muslims. The Muslims run that town. They have inserted themselves into all of the political positions, and they have passed these ordinances that, you know, some Muslims sacrifice animals for their religion, and they've passed these ordinances in this town that you can sacrifice these animals on your front lawns because it's fine, because all of those people up there are now Muslims, and that's what they do in their religion. So they can just go out on the lawn. You can drive through that town and see all of these goats and chickens and whatever the hell that they sacrifice just slaughtered on their lawn. So
really,
how nice
I've never heard
that?
this. I'm gonna
look it up. Look it up. I'm not lying.
Well, I don't even know how to search that.
Here, let me look it up.
Oh wow. Okay, I guess I do know how to search that. Here it is. From Detroit Free Press. Hamtramck Council approves Islamic animal sacrifice. Oh.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Okay, now I don't know who the Detroit Free Press is, but here's the story. This is from January. After several months of contentious debate and pressure from Muslim residents, Hamtramck City Council voted Tuesday night to allow the religious sacrifice of animals on residential property. Muslims often slaughter animals during this holiday. And the all Muslim City Council voted 3-2. Well, now I don't actually have a problem with people doing whatever to their property on their lawn, but
I don't either. But where's the line?
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna go. I tried to fact check Deacon, and let me put this up here. I tried to fact check Deacon's crazy story in real time, and I was wrong, and he was right.
No, you didn't. You weren't wrong. You weren't classified as wrong. You tried to fact check me, and
I said that can't be true, and then I checked, and I was like, I'm wrong. That's true. All right, so
I only lie to you like 80% of the time, and so 20% of the time I'm telling you the truth, dude.
Hey, listen,
you gotta give me some rope.
I believe in your right to lie. In fact, I assume everybody lies.
Yeah,
all the
time. All the time.
Everybody's
lying.
Your wife,
but not you.
You just got in trouble. You just got in trouble.
Yeah, that's right. I did. I got in trouble a little bit. I never lie. I can't. I know. Well, not never.
Next, you just change the story, dude. Just change the story.
Yeah. All right.
Say, so why, yes, Deacon, that you did change the story.
All right. I wanted to just substantiate this Democrats legislators getting foreign nationals to vote. This isn't the first time they've done it. Not even this year. Here we you have Democrats in New England, Connecticut, and this was back in like February. They're trying the same thing. They're trying to get foreign nationals voting rights on their city municipal issues, and this is going to grow. If you don't think this is a strategy, if you don't think this is a plan, if you don't think this is a way to weaken the political opposition of Republicans while at the same time growing the political strength of Democrats, and then I'm sorry, you're being willfully naive. And also, Democrats, hello, this is a terrible plan. This is a really, really bad plan.
Yeah, this is a bad one.
All right, moving on. Let's go on. We got a bunch of other news to talk about.
Yeah, keep going. I got to talk here in just a second.
Yeah. Joe Biden surprisingly did some things stupid. So here we go. An Alabama senator is calling Biden's bluff, and he just defunded the Air Force. So here's the skinny on this is from revolver.news, which, is, I don't know, maybe far right and racist. Who knows? In a move that's not too surprising, the Biden administration is once again attempting to pressure red states and drain.
Apparently about 76 out there, WCCK Calvert City. You hungry?
I'm going to just mute Deke for a second. This is nothing new. We've seen this regime use very unethical and unfair political tools in their arsenal to desperately maintain power. So here's what was going to happen. Space Force headquarters was going to be built in Alabama. That was the plan. Space Force obviously is the Air Force of space that was started under Donald Trump, and like I don't know anything about Space Force. It wasn't a thing when I was in the military. But the Space Force headquarters was to be built in Alabama, near and not very far from a NASA flight center. I believe NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. Joe Biden canceled the headquarters build and is revoking the contract to build Space Force in headquarters in Alabama. And Joe Biden administration's are citing Alabama's restrictive abortion laws as the reason for which Space Force will not be built in Alabama. So here is a tweet from Dissident Soap. So the Space Force headquarters was to be built at Redstone Arsenal, Huntsville, Alabama, but the Biden administration is trying to choke red states and has canceled that decision. Now, so what does that mean? That means that the money from the federal government would be channeled into contractors and to land and to materials and stuff that would support the red state economy of Alabama. Joe Biden doesn't want to do that. He wants to squeeze red states. So he's canceling this contract and going to put it somewhere else. Citing Alabama's restrictive abortion laws, in response, Alabama's U.S. legislatures, namely Senator Tuberville on the Senate Armed Forces Committee and Mike Rogers, chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, have blocked the entire Air Force funding. As a result, PCS, that's permanent change of station, moves are canceled. So that means that no member of the Air Force can be relocated to any other place because you got no money now, are canceled, and re-enlistment bonuses are off the table until 2024, which might be an especially painful given the current morale of the U.S. military. Deke, I muted you. I'm going to unmute you now. We could.
Was I on the?
Mm-hmm. I muted it.
Did I even go out on the radio?
I don't know how to check that. So U.S. military morale pretty low, and now Joe Biden went and got the Air Force defunded. So good job, Joe. Let's see. Did you post this Reuters story about a bill to block presidents from leaving NATO?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure what the context of that is. Here we have more Joe news. Senators offer a bill to block the president from leaving NATO. Reuters, Democratic and Republican senators renewed an effort to block any U.S. president from leaving NATO on Wednesday as leaders of the military alliance attended an event summit in Lithuania. I'm not even sure what to think about this. Do you want to be part of NATO?
No.
Nobody asked me if we should be part of NATO.
You know, I got to talk again since I screwed up. I think. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Lead sponsors.
Charlie Crockett and I just don't like this kind of
hear you.
living. K95.7.
I hear you. Lead sponsors include Democratic Senator Tim Kaine, a member of the Armed Services Committee, and Republican Mark Rubio, Vice Chairman of the Intelligence Committee, who is also a senior member of the. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
You could still?
Yeah, I don't know, man. The bill has been introduced repeatedly in recent years, including during the term of the former Republican President Donald Trump, who voiced the desire for the U.S. to leave the military alliance. Now, nobody asked me if I want to be in NATO, and it looks like NATO is trying to cause World War III. So if Joe wants to get out of NATO, let's get out. Let's go, Joe. Yeah, I don't know what's up with your...
it's got to be something from Restream. Restream, I haven't changed anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're messing with us.
I'll just start muting myself. Okay, that's no big deal. All right.
No big deal. We got here's some other interesting news. North Korea has fired an intercontinental ballistic missile after threatening the U.S.
They never do that. What are they doing?
It must be
negotiation
season. It must be funding season for North Korea.
Is it funding for season for North Korea? Oh, we're gonna fire a missile. You give money, we won't fire.
You know what would be crazy? I don't even know if this is possible. You know how they have like lasers and like people shoot a missile and you're like, oh, you shoot it with lasers and you like screw up its GPS or you like blow it up in space or whatever. I assume they can do that. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if we could like confuse a missile so that it just starts going like the wrong way? Because North Korea is like real close to China. So if we only could do that once, if we could like aim a laser at a missile and confuse it so that it just shot not over the ocean over Japan, but just like somewhere into China, China would stop this North Korea shit like real fast. Like, what are you guys doing? North Korea fired a ballistic missile after threatening the U.S. A long-range missile flew for more than an hour before landing short of Japanese waters on Wednesday morning. Pyongyang's launch comes after... Darren, why does Japan put up with this stuff? Pyongyang's launch comes after it threatened retaliation against what it said was the recent U.S. spy plane incursions over its territory. Dear North Korea,
look,
the U.S.
Japan,
has more important stuff going on right now. We don't care what's going on in your crappy little country.
Look, Japan is one of those countries that you really don't want to mess with because they've got something going on with their... You know, do you know the story of the kamikaze? And I'm not talking about World War II kamikaze pilots. The kamikaze. Do you know what that word means? Kamikaze? Divine wind. It means divine wind. And back in the day, it was long, 400, 500, 600 years ago or something. It was like, I want to say it was the Mongols. It might not have been the Mongols. It might have been somebody else now. They were attacked. They were going to attack Japan. And they had thousands of ships that were coming. And the Japanese saw them, and there was no way to, I'm paraphrasing all of this. And I'm just going off of memory. So I probably got some of this wrong. But so the Japanese saw all these ships and there was no way to defend themselves. And they prayed to their gods to please save them or whatnot. And during the night, a typhoon came and wiped away all the ships. And the Japanese called that the divine wind, the kamikaze. And so the retreating ships went back, and years later, the retreating ships came back to do it again. And the kamikaze, the divine wind, happened again to screw with those ships. And they were never able to conquer Japan that way. I can't remember who it was, and I can't remember the story, but look up the kamikaze story, the divine wind story, and it will tell you that story. Because I probably got some. It's really cool, but that's one of those things that you're like, don't mess with the Japanese. We know how patient and how awesome that they can make shit and do things, and just don't mess with them.
I mean, really,
you respect them.
Mess with the Japanese. And Korea should know, because prior to, like back in World War II or before World War II or whatever, Korea was you know, in the way as Japan was attacking like mainland China. Japan chopped down every fucking tree in that country. They chopped everything down, dude. When I lived in Korea back in the 1990s, there was no trees higher than like 30 or 40 feet.
Really?
They decimated that, and they did some other stuff too. That was really like when Japanese people go to war, it is like
no holds back, no holds barred.
It is fuck you and everyone that comes after you. It is they will chop your whole country down, and now they'll probably bring in like sex robots or something weird.
To completely destroy your society. You're right. That's funny.
Okay. Anyway, North Korea is launching missiles. So what that means is that Kim, who the fuck it is? Pardon my language.
I know.
We're good. Kim Jong Un or whoever it is going to call Joe and be like, "We got the missile.
Hey,
you back off." And then Joe's gonna be like, "What do you want? You want some more food? You want some space satellite technology? What do you want?"
So
give it to him.
I'm a guy. I'm 5'11". Okay, 5'11 and a half. My best friend all through for a long time was this guy. He's 6'8". All right, still 6'8", and weighs probably about 300 pounds. Yeah, he's a big tall guy. You're tall too. You're like what, 6'2", 6'3"?
I'm only 6'2". That's only
okay. 6'2". That's tall. You know. All right, that's tall for me. 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
So you lived in South Korea, right? You were in South Korea for a while. My buddy, who's 6'8", visited South Korea a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, dude, you need to tell everybody over there that you're one of the short Americans. I was like, you're going to be a freaking, like a statue. You're going to be like, look at him.
Yeah. They're not that impressed with this, but I remember walking down the street. Sometimes, like I'd be walking down the streets in I don't know, Wonju or somewhere, or in Seoul, and like I would be like literally head and shoulders above many people. So I would just look and I would just see black hair as far as you can see, and I'd be like walking through the crowd.
Our buddy Caleb was always
I love Korea, and it was I loved being there. I stayed there extra time. I had a good time.
Utah people were always our meetup point. Whenever we would go to concerts, because my tall buddy's name was Caleb. Yeah, his name was Caleb. And whenever we would get, it was like if we get lost, just meet at Caleb, because all you got to do is what you did. We would go, he's over there.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the rally flag.
He is the rally flag.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So upstream of your river, I don't know why I can't scroll this page now. Deke, what's up with the Ohio? I
hope this doesn't come downstream anymore. Oh, everything has been cleaned is what they keep telling us. But yeah, totally this high level is totally safe, but high levels of a hazardous chemical has polluted the air over there in Ohio. And I feel sorry for those people, because they'll never get anything from it. They'll get they'll get disease and cancer, and then they'll die. And then the government in 40 years will give their grandchildren a freaking $15,000 for a
after 3 years of TV commercials about. Did you live in Ohio?
Yeah. I'm a lawyer, and I want 50% of your shit that you're going to get.
All right, so that's terrible.
Did you live in Ohio? You're exactly right.
Hold on, no. Surprise! The government lied to you. It's not safe. It's really, really bad. But don't worry, you can trust them next time. We got so much stuff here. Do you want to talk about the quantum computer or the Kentucky?
Both of
this guy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the Kentucky guy. This guy does not represent Kentucky.
Yeah, just my cousin Barry does not represent everybody here in Kentucky. I ran across this story actually this morning. You going to pull it up?
Yeah. Sorry, I was on the wrong page. Here we go.
You might have to actually play the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here we go. Kentucky man. Unmute.
Spinal cords, body parts. According to court documents, James Knott was using social media to sell human skulls like you see right here. He's accused of posting photos and videos on websites and communicating with other people engaged in similar activity, including the morgue manager for the Harvard Medical School, who was charged last month. FBI agents went to Knott's home in Mount Washington earlier this week to execute a search warrant. When they got there and asked if anyone was home, he told them, quote, "Only my dead friends." During that search, agents say they Washington earlier.
Oh. This is like Albert. This is like Albert Fish. Albert Fish was a serial killer that they based the Texas Chainsaw Massacre off of.
You don't think he is making his
Albert
own
Fish?
No, this guy.
No, wait a minute.
You don't think James Knott's just a trader, right? He's not a manufacturer.
This week to execute the search warrant. When they got there and asked if anyone was home, he told them, quote, "Only my dead friends."
Wow.
During that search, agents say they found human remains, including approximately 40 human skulls, spinal cords, femurs, and hip bones. A Harvard Medical School bag was also found in the house. They also found multiple guns. Knott is now charged with possession of a firearm by a prohibited person.
Ed Gein was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought I was wrong on that when I said Albert Fish. Yeah, Ed Gein. Yeah. Gosh, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, if you've read any of that Ed Gein stuff from he had in his house,
I don't really like gruesome stuff.
It's
like
disturbing.
That.
Then don't, because it's disturbing, man.
All right, we got 2 more minutes.
Yeah, change that story before you kiddo. That's terrible. God almighty. I ran across that this morning and I was like, oh my God. This other story, all right, if you want to bring up here,
I got like one thing. I didn't think. Just
all right.
You know, as you get older in life, you start thinking like, what about the legacy I'm going to leave behind? I'm going to build something for my children. I'm going to build something for the world. I'm going to leave something behind. And you can work your whole life. You can put all of your energy into making something, building something. Maybe that's your family. Maybe that's a business. Maybe that's a building. Maybe that's a product. Maybe that is something.
Right.
And then a guy like James Knott could come around, dig up your skull, and sell it for cigarettes. So you have no control in reality. You have no control.
Thank you for
your plans.
Thank you for painting such a lovely picture and then taking a shit all over that painting right there in my mind. Thank you.
Dash your every hope.
Thank you. Yes.
All right.
Here.
Now, quantum computing.
I'm changing the subject. I thought this was really cool. This quantum computer built by Google can instantly execute a task that would normally take 47 years. And when I read this headline, I thought they're making Deep Thought, the computer from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Remember? That computer's name was Deep Thought, and its only task was to figure out the meaning of the life universe, and everything.
Yeah,
and that was and so they've got a quantum computer now that can instantly execute a task that would normally take 47 years. We are getting closer to Deep Thought, because Deep Thought was supposed to take 100 million years to execute that.
So, yeah, it was like the entire history of the planet Earth, right?
100 million years. Yeah,
a computer.
Yeah.
What is a quantum computer? Do you have any idea? And what's it made of? And
it's a computer that.
What is this 47-year problem that they have that they can test this with?
A quantum computer is a computer that was built by the Bacula organization, and it's able to go. It goes back in time to other computers. Like it will go back in time and replace like a computer from the 60s, and it will figure out a problem from the 60s that computer was having. And then it will leap forward to another computer to fix. Is that not what a quantum computer is?
That is as accurate an understanding as I have.
That's what that's my understanding.
Although I think you left out the part where it helps people between like and another.
Maybe are you trying to segue into something?
It helps you. No, I'm not segueing. It just kind of helps you like. I don't know. It's
trans.
It lets you be a aware person.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you make a quantum computer, and I don't know how you test that it's that fast. I really don't. This thing, for instance, according to Google Steam, it would take the Frontier supercomputer 6.818 seconds to match a calculation from Google's 53 qubit computer. However, the same machine would take an astonishing 47.2 years to match a computation. What computations? I think that whoever wrote this story, Google just told them this, and they're like, okay, and they just wrote it down. I don't believe this at all.
Why not?
Because everybody lies, dude. There's no evidence of anything.
You're going to get in trouble from your wife again. You better watch your mouth. I'm going to point it out. That's awesome.
Hey, I am going to segue. I am going to change the story here. Deke, if people haven't already, I'm going to put the little QR code. I know you like the big one. I'm going to be subtle, though. I like this little one right up here.
Well, the only reason I don't put that one up is because on my screen it says live and it's got the minutes up there and it's covering up the QR code. So if I wanted to scan it, I could scan it anyway.
Nobody sees that.
Oh, well,
I mean, we see that.
How am I supposed to know that?
I don't know. Have you ever watched our show?
No. Who the fuck watches this shit?
Okay.
Have I ever watched our show? I've got better stuff to do. You do. Deke, so there's our link to our Discord server, but get this, Deacon. Discord. This story came out on Breitbart News yesterday. Yeah.
A gaming chat service, Discord, claims it's getting tough on grooming and child exploitation.
Hey, good for Discord. It's tough one getting your fucking account back when you've locked yourself out and have all the fucking proof except for the 2FA. It's the only fucking thing you don't have is the 2FA, but you've got every other fucking piece of proof that you asked to have. They still keep you out of that, hypothetically speaking.
Deacon has a 5-year-old and 6-year-old account.
CCK.
I hear you, bud.
I forgot to mute.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to mute myself again.
No, you're good. So, oh, jeez. Oh my God, with the
ad. Oh my God.
I know.
No, yeah, go ahead.
They've announced sweeping changes to its policies. New rules include a ban on teen dating, like all the way across the board, which is good. We don't need that. Teenagers, if you're watching this, why? And secondly, go meet a real human.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different landscape nowadays. You can't just say, "Go meet a new human." I can't. I can do that with 2 of my kids, but I can't do it with the other ones. You know.
Hold on. Let me just come back to this for just a second. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you meet somebody on the internet, you should assume that person is the wrong gender.
Yes, and you should assume that they are lying to you.
If you're a man looking for a woman, assume it's a man. And if you are a woman looking for a man, assume it's a woman. And if you're a man looking for a man, I don't know, assume it's a woman. I don't know. If you're looking, just assume it's wrong. Just assume that they're lying.
But you're looking at it from a different lens than I am. I've got a completely different lens. I'm looking at it from, I've played video games with my 2 buddies, Pete and John, that live in England and Ireland that I'll never meet, but I enjoy sitting in my damn house and playing video games with these 2 guys that I vocally chat with, and I know that one's a fucking Irish guy because I can barely understand his ass when he gets pissed off. When Pete gets mad, his fucking accent comes out, and I can't understand his fucking Gaelic bullshit that he starts spewing out of his mouth. And I've told him that because he laughs at me when I get mad. I say, "Oh, that's some horse shit," and he goes, "Oh," he says, "horse shit." He loves it. He loves me saying horse shit. So that's what I'm talking about. Is like my buddies that I played video games with for 20 years that I've never met, that I'll never meet. You know,
Right.
John, we tried to get my buddy John. We were going to pay for his plane trip from England because he don't have a lot of money, and we were going to have him come over for a week and whatnot. And like some major family issue happened when he was supposed to come over. So that's what I look at. But I see where you're going. I see where you're coming from too. That's a very, yes, you're exactly right. Everything that you said is exactly right.
All right. So apparently Discord is updating their policies to not only ban teen dating, which is good, but also AI generated sexual abuse material. So fake kiddie porn. Yuck. Gross. And also good. Get rid of it.
Well, AI or Discord has recently adopted these policies to stop this stuff. Like they've been doing stuff that we know because we are moderators and stuff with the Discord servers, that we get this information a little bit ahead of time. And we know that here a while ago, wasn't it Discord that did it for the word pedophile and pedo and stuff like that? Was that Discord or was that you?
That was me.
Okay, that was you.
I don't even want to see you mother effers better not even talk about that. A lot of and look, it's the same thing it always is, right? You got teenage boys, especially, they're going to be edgy and they're going to use whatever language pushes the envelope. And I'm just like, look, you guys can make all these kind of jokes and you make all of these racist jokes, and you get punished for it. But you start bringing up child predation and you think that's a joke? I have no tolerance for that. Nope.
So you mention the word over in our server. You mention that word. You just say it.
Crushed.
Yeah, you're immediately banned. Immediately banned. And people are freaking out because they're like, "Why was that banned?" Hey man, welcome to the fucking real world where you little bitches don't realize that we've got a whole 2 generations of kids out there that don't realize that actions have consequences. That is a fundamental law of physics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's nature.
I like that.
So they don't understand that. They don't understand that there are consequences.
And then they come over to this server and they're like, "Oh, why did I get banned?" Wait, that's not fair. Banned. There's no fair. There's just acting like a polite person or not.
We're buttholes.
All right.
One more story.
Yesterday, and we got 2. We're gonna do 2. But we're gonna do quick.
Oh yeah.
You son of a bee.
The only reason I posted this story was to irritate you. I was just
like, no more. There's another Wheel of Time adaptation in the works. Amazon and Sony, or Sony and Amazon, or whatever, they are taking their wonderful interpretation of Wheel of Time and making more of it, which is just awful.
Wait a minute, though. Let me give you a different train of thought. I'm not going to try to change your way of thinking. I'm going to give you a different train of thought. What if, and I'm only looking at this through the Avatar: The Last Airbender lens. I love that cartoon. I've loved that cartoon since before it ended. I was into the cartoon when it was currently airing season 2.
Are you going to watch the new stuff?
Abso-fucking-lutely, because that's what I'm getting at. All right?
Yeah.
The M. Night Shyamalan, which I'm a big M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong fan. I love the guy, love his storytelling. That movie was not up to par at all. They changed Aang's name to Ong. They changed a bunch of shit. Didn't like it. People fucking took that and held it over the fire and burnt it to a crisp. And burnt him to a crisp, that movie to a crisp. They hated it. The same way they did your Wheel of Time series on Amazon. They hated that series. They took that series, they wadded it up, they threw it in the fucking fire, and they took a big shit on it. The same way they did the Avatar series. So what did that tell? What did that tell the people that are making this? Hey, your people that are the devoted fans, the devoted Avatar fans, the devoted Wheel of Time fans, they don't want you to change this shit. They want you to tell the story. So this new Netflix Avatar, from everything that I've read so far, is pretty damn spot on.
Well, the new Netflix Avatar is by the same people that made the original Avatar.
Di Matteo and what's his? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. So that's why, I mean, so here's a train of thought for you. They may have been like, oh shit, we tried to make this Wheel of Time and people got so pissed that this could be a huge moneymaker for us if we do it to please those people, because there's a lot of people out there that have read the Wheel of Time series that I have found out that there are a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I've read that series. And I'm like, you've read the 15 fucking, the 28 books of Wheel of Time? Yeah. There's a lot of people that's read that.
What they are doing with this show, what they're doing is there are 15 books of the Wheel of Time. If you really wanted to adapt that to screen, film, or whatever, it would take you forever.
15 seasons. Okay? 15, at least 15 seasons.
Easily. I mean, each one of the books is like 500, 600, 700 pages. I mean, one season easy. Instead of doing that, instead of pacing forward and filling in the gaps and doing a better job of exploring that world, here's what they're doing. This is being described as an action adventure about a young girl with a special gift whose life has changed forever. They are inventing a new story that takes place before the Wheel of Time in the world of the Wheel of Time. It is akin to, do you like the Wheel of Time books? I mean, not the Wheel of Time. Do you like the Lord of the Ring books? There's 3, right? Plus the Hobbit. So you have 4.
Well, there's more than that. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, Silmarillion and some other stuff, some other notes and whatever. But there's 3 Lord of the Rings books, right? What if Joey Francisco was like, oh, I'm gonna add a book that takes place in the middle between 1 and 3, between number 2 and 3. I'm just gonna write a new book. It takes place right in between there.
If there's some ifs, some caveats to that. If the book is about the main party that we're going with, no, I'm not cool with that. But if you're going to tell a story of something completely fucking different that is going on while Frodo and Sam and everybody are going to the mountain, the world just don't stop. This is what I tell my Dungeons and Dragons party members. All right? As a dungeon master, I always tell them this. We do not play a linear story. Your story is linear because you're going from point A to point B. But everybody else in the town, their story don't stop. So, for example, when Deacon and them get back to this town that they don't know about, when they get back to this town, what they don't know is the guy that they didn't kill, that they locked up and tied his hands, well, he got free a long ass time ago, and he's got retaliation, and he's come back to the town and caused a lot more problems, so that when they come back to the town, they're going to find a lot more problems that they initiated because they let the guy live. So it's consequences to the positive actions that they did.
So that's a little bit different thing than what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if somebody came along, whoever owns the rights to Lord of the Rings now, their books, if they were like, oh, we're just going to make another book, it's going to take place in the middle. Tolkien had a vision for the world and the story and the books that he had, and he wrote those, and those are the Tolkien books.
And that's great, but Tolkien needs to realize that, like George Lucas and them, you have created something that a multitude of people love and want to expand on and want to create, so that your creation has now not just your creation that you, my precious, that you can lock away. It's not your precious anymore. It is a living being creation that a lot of people consider their precious. All right. I love those stories, and I would absolutely, as a dungeon master, love to tell a story that is going on while Sam and Frodo are on their way to the mountain. Your party is doing this. All right. In Star Wars, we played a Star Wars campaign one time where we were the ones. This was 25 years ago, 30 years ago when we played this. We were the ones that stole the Death Star plans and gave them to Princess Leia. Like when Rogue One came out, I texted my buddy and it was like, they stole our Star Wars story that we played years ago. because we were the ones that stole the debt. So we were currently a story going on within the main story, and that made us feel cool as hell. So yeah, I would completely read a story on Lord of the Rings on something else that's going on while Aragorn and Gandalf are fighting. That this was going on too. So, but that's just me.
Yeah, look, Robert Jordan's been dead for coming up on
15, that doesn't stop him from getting other people to write his damn books, though.
Yeah, well, that's true, but that was with his wife Harriet's involvement.
You got to get permission from the freaking George Lucas to write Star Wars books. You can't just willy-nilly write one and be canon. I don't know how it is anymore. It's probably was different with Disney, but back in the day,
he made the right choice, I think, just because Disney's burning that shit to the ground, in my opinion. So my only thing about this is that if Amazon had faithfully adapted the TV show, I wouldn't be quite so piss and moan about them. Oh, they're going to make an animated series and they're going to invent something. No, they have had no fidelity, none, to the actual story. So I don't trust them to make this thing either.
Well, I see where you're coming from as somebody that's a fan, but as somebody coming from my point of view, as somebody that did not read the books, it was a good show. But I completely see why you're like, yeah, well, shit. Because everybody that is a fan of Wheel of Time, even my buddy Caleb, the big tall guy, was like, I didn't like the TV show.
Dude,
I was like, neither did my buddy JJ. He's read the books and he hated them too.
I mean, the number's in the millions. It's huge. It's a huge thing. All right.
You'll save that other story for tomorrow?
Yeah, let's save that for tomorrow, and we'll watch the Ahsoka trailer tomorrow. We haven't seen that yet.
I haven't watched it, so I won't watch it.
I'm so excited about Ahsoka.
I am too, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, look, I loved Star Wars when I was a kid. I would love to be excited to watch something about Star Wars. I hope that this is that. I hope it's that good. Oh, are you still watching Secret Invasion?
Yeah, I did. I'm letting them build up like 2 or 3 episodes before I watch. I don't like to watch this episode by episode bullshit that Disney does now because it's not 1995 anymore. I should be able to watch all my shows at the same time. I don't want to watch Lost every freaking Thursday. I used to hate that. Every time Lost would go off on Thursday night, I'd look over at my wife and go, I hate this damn show. I got to wait a week. It's not 1995 anymore. Release all the shows.
Galactica. Dude, I loved it.
Same thing with Battlestar Galactica. Every freaking week, you're like,
I got excited for it's like 7 o'clock on Friday night. Battlestar Galactica. It was so great.
So, yes, I hate
years since that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the show. We got jokes. Let's do jokes. Hurry.
Did you hear about the guy that survived the grizzly bear attack with just a .22 pistol?
Whoa, really?
Yeah. His hiking buddy that he shot in the knee didn't survive, but he was fine. Yeah, dude was completely fine. It was weird.
Oh, wow. And my kids, my girls, they're about to be 5 and 6.
Yeah.
They really love princess stories and all kinds of stuff. And yesterday they were just telling me about how queens can run around and stuff. Do you know why Cinderella doesn't play basketball?
Why is that, JJ?
She's always running away from the ball.
It's terrible. Oh, because